Hello everyone. How are you today? I wish that you were in the pink of health. Today we will learn Chapter 7, Job Order Costing, Week 9. Let's go. Our learning objectives. 1. Definition of job order costing. 2. Characteristics of job order costing. 3. Determine of job order costing. 4. Entries of job order costing. Learning objectives 1. Definition of job order costing. Concept of product costing. There are two basic types of cost accounting systems. 1. A job order cost system. 2. A process cost system. These two product costing systems differ depends on product or manufacturing processes. Definition of job order cost system. A company assigns costs are assigned to each job or to each batch of goods to fill a specific customer order. An important feature of job order costing is that each job or batch has its own distinguishing characteristics. The objective is to compute the cost of per job. At each point in manufacturing a product or performing a service, the company can identify the job and its associated costs. A job order cost system measures costs for each job completed rather than for set time periods. Examples are wedding invitations card and custom furniture. Job order cost flow. The flow of costs, which are direct materials, direct labor and manufacturing overhead in job order cost accounting, parallels the physical flow of the materials as they are converted into finished goods. The companies first accumulate manufacturing costs in the form of raw materials, direct labor or manufacturing overhead. They then assign manufacturing costs are assigned to the work in process, WIP, inventory account. When a job is completed, the company transfers the cost of the jobs to the finished goods inventory account. When units or goods are sold, the cost is transferred to the cost of goods sold account. An example of job order system, the production of a movie by Disney. There are two jobs, animated film and action thriller. Illustration provides an overview of the flow of costs in manufacturing setting for production of a fire truck. There are two major steps in the flow of costs. 1. Accumulating the manufacturing costs incurred. It debits raw materials inventory, direct labor and manufacturing overhead. 2. Assigning the accumulated costs to the work done for specific jobs. Job order cost flow. Learning objectives 2. Characteristics of job order costing. Characteristics of job order costing. 1. Job or batches may be completed to fill a specific customer order. 2. The job and its associated cost can be identified. 3. A job order costing measures costs for each completed job. 4. Each job or batch has its distinguishing characteristics and different. Learning objectives 3. Determine of job order costing. Usage source documents and job cost sheet. There are two main source documents. 1. Material requisition slip is to record raw materials used. 2. Time ticket is to record direct labor incurred. Then posting to job cost sheet. Determination of job cost. Source documents used to record the cost chargeable to a specific jobs. A. Materials requisition slip. B. Time ticket. Materials requisition slip. To achieve effective internal control over issuance of materials, the storekeeper should receive authorization before materials are released to production. Its indicate the quantity and type, cost per unit of materials withdrawn. Source documents for posting requisitions. Direct materials from materials inventory account to work in progress inventory. Indirect material charge to manufacturing overhead. Illustration materials requisition slip. Companies assign raw materials costs to jobs when their materials storeroom issues the materials in response to requests. Requests for issuing raw materials are made on a pre-numbered materials requisition slip. Time ticket. Job assigned by direct labor record to time ticket. Time ticket is prepared when the work is performed by direct labor. Time tickets indicate employee, hours worked, account and job charged, total labor cost. Illustration time ticket. Companies assign factory labor costs to jobs on the basis of time tickets prepared when the work is performed. Predetermined overhead rate. Manufacturing overhead costs are assigned to work in process during the period to get timely information about the cost of a completed job. Now students take a look job costs sheet. A form used to record the costs chargeable to a job and to determine the total and unit costs of the completed job. Costs involved are direct material, direct labor, and applied overhead. One job cost sheet is assigned to each job or batch. Illustration of job cost sheet. Illustration flow of documents in a job order cost system. Determination of job costing. Accumulates the costs of each job produced. When the job completed, cost per unit will calculate. Cost per unit equals total costs production divide total units produced. Determination product cost per unit for normal system. Actual raw material plus actual direct labor plus applied manufacturing overhead equal product cost. Example with beginning WIP. Beginning work in progress plus actual raw material plus actual direct labor plus applied manufacturing overhead equal product cost. Product cost per unit, production cost divide production in units. Learning objectives 4. Entries of job order costing. Purchased raw materials record. Debit raw materials inventory. Credit accounts payable/cash. Record raw materials are used in manufacturing. Debit work in process inventory. Debit manufacturing overhead. Credit raw materials inventory. Record direct labor cost is used in manufacturing. Debit work in process inventory. Credit wages payable. Record indirect labor cost is used in manufacturing. Debit manufacturing overhead. Credit salaries payable. Record direct labor is used in manufacturing. Debit work in process inventory. Debit manufacturing overhead. Credit wages payable. Record applied manufacturing overhead in manufacturing. Debit work in process inventory. Credit manufacturing overhead. Record others manufacturing cost actual in manufacturing. Debit manufacturing overhead. Credit factory insurance prepaid. Accumulated depreciation. Utilities payable. Cash, accounts payable. Record completed goods. Debit finished goods inventory. Credit work in process inventory. Record cost of goods sold. Debit cost of goods sold. Credit finished goods inventory.
Record sales of finished goods. Debit account receivables. Credit sales.
Lastly, do adjustment either under or over applied overhead. It will do at the end of accounting period. Adjustment to cost of goods sold. For adjustment journal entries. If over applied overhead. Debit manufacturing overhead. Credit cost of goods sold. If under applied overhead. Debit cost of goods sold. Credit manufacturing overhead. Please do your quiz lecture. See you in next video. Thank you. Bye.